Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse, and more specifically from beautiful Danville, Illinois, and still more specifically live from Gaia Thrift in downtown Danville, Illinois. And this is Midday with Reverend Don. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely week. Yesterday I talked about having been away this weekend at Lustration in Philadelphia. I talked a little bit about the Oracle and
There you go.
and magically appearing coffee. Well, I didn't talk about that, but it's a good thing nonetheless. And as you know, if you follow Midday with Reverend Don, you can type your questions or comments into whatever platform you're watching on, and in most of those platforms, your comments will show up here in my chat room. The chat room is on screen today since I do not have a guest. And as I've said, today I have some announcements about our future programming. Oh, and hello to Janet in the chat room. Janet Gann, it's good to see you. And I want to wish everyone a happy Beltane or Samhain, depending on what part of the world you're in. And this Sunday, we will be having our Correllian TV Beltane Samhain ritual. So please join us for that, Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. And hello to Renee in the chat room. It's good to see you, Renee. And, you know, I have been doing, as I was saying yesterday, we have been broadcasting through Magic TV, now Correllian TV, Pagan World TV, for 20 years online.
30.
And hello to Kayleen in the chat room. It's good to see you. And Kayleen in Australia is celebrating Samhain. And Janet says, Happy Beltane. And, you know, I've talked before about how observing both of these sabbats online as we do has helped me to understand the Wheel of the Year in a deeper sort of way. And we started doing this years ago on the Correllian Family Hour on Pagans Tonight Radio. And we did it because we knew we had an international audience who were not all celebrating the same Sabbat. And so we incorporated both. And as I say, it really deepened my understanding of the relationship between them. And I've continued that with our broadcast ceremonies to this day. Also, on Sunday, I will be attending the local Beltane celebration here in Danville. And if you follow my Facebook or my Instagram, you will see photos from that ceremony. Today, we are doing Midday with Reverend Don. And Kayleen says, I enjoy rituals which celebrate what is happening in both hemispheres. I do too. So today is my last Midday with Reverend Don. I've been doing this show for a little over 2 years now. And today is going to be the final broadcast. That does not mean I'm ending my broadcasting by any means. But this particular format will be ending today. I want to thank all the people who have carried it, all the people who have syndicated it, and I wish them all the best. But this particular show is ending its run. Hello to Reverend Mary in the chat room. I will be coming back with a new show on my birthday, June 11th. And we're also looking to spend this month rebuilding our network and moving back toward what we were formerly doing in terms of programming and rebuilding basically the Pagan World network. So look for not only a new program from me, but also many new programs coming, new features coming. And hello to Brian in the chat room. It's good to see you, Brian. So we're going to end this particular broadcast, but we're going to be expanding overall. So I hope you'll stay with us for that. I am going to take this several weeks to rest, and to focus on that rebuilding. And we will be bringing you announcements and updates on that process. And of course, our other programs will be continuing along with no interruption. Tarot Thursday, which will be tonight, of course, will continue with Reverend Mary, just as it normally does. Our Sabbat broadcasts will continue as they normally do. The Crystal Web ritual on the 11th will continue as it normally does. And beyond that, on June 11th, we will be introducing many new things. So I hope that you will stay with us for that. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about things that we have done. And I wanted to say that I've very much enjoyed doing Midday with Reverend Don. And Janet says, I'll miss this program. Still looking forward to what will come. And, I hope that I know that some people will miss this program. And I'm gratified by that, that people appreciate it. But I think that they will enjoy even more the new program that we bring them. I have been broadcasting on an almost daily basis, like I say, for 20 years, with a few interruptions. And I can't really imagine not doing it. Taking this few weeks to restructure things, yes, but to stop would be very difficult. I remember when I stopped doing Reverend Don's vlog that I had taken that to the point of being exhausted. And I have not done that with Midday. We are stopping Midday at a point when I still have lots of energy to go straight on to the next thing. And I think that it will be, will be equally good. And I think that it will probably be a little bit more expansive than Midday has been. It's been very interesting in that we have many days been me talking for half an hour at a time, which, that's good. But I'm thinking that I will probably have more guests in the next program. Possibly do more events in the next program. We'll see what happens. One of the shows that we did over the years was Living the Wiccan Life. We did, I want to say, 65 episodes of that over the course of several years. It may have been more than that. It's been several years now. But Living the Wiccan Life began with the idea that it was going to be a reality program about the witch school headquarters in Hoopston. And that lasted for 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe 4. Before we realized that, we're a bunch of workaholics and not that interesting. So we started going to events. We started going to the St. Louis Pagan Picnic and the INATS trade show. And yes.
The single most watched video that you ever did was the First Degree.
Yes. So
that's how you started.
Ed the Pagan is pointing out that the single most watched video we have ever done was part 1 of the First Degree lessons. And we put that up, I don't know how many years ago.
First time was 2005.
In 2005, yeah.
And then we were one of the first groups to join YouTube.
Yeah, we were.
In 2006, February.
Yeah. We joined YouTube in 2006 in February. We started our broadcasting in 2005 with our own station. We were trying to do the same thing that YouTube does. But when they were able to hit the market with their system earlier than we did, we figured it was better to join them. But of all the things, those First Degree lessons have been the most popular. If you have not seen that, it's right there at Magic TV or Correllian TV now. I think it holds up well even after all these years. And I've always been very proud of the animations that we did for it. We eventually got, the entire system put up. They'll probably be redone one day. We'll see what happens. And hello to Lady Kai in the chat room. It's good to see you, Kai. We've recently come out with a new recension of the first degree lessons in print, in which Lady Alyssa, the first priestess of the Correllian tradition, has added new material. And and hello to Susan Dancing Star, who has just entered the store. And yeah, we're constantly revising and improving what we do. And Janet says, I watched as I read along in the book with the first degree. And, that was always the idea. And, one of the things that I've found very gratifying about doing this work is that people have told me that after watching me on Reverend Don's vlog or on Midday, that when they then read my books, that they always heard them in my voice. Because apparently my voice is rather distinctive. And hello to John Lavelle in the chat room. And hello to Angie Handley in the chat room. And Angie Handley says, hello, it's nice to see you. John Lavelle says there will be a big gathering of the atheist tribes at the Christian Science Museum called Noah's Ark on July 6th in Kentucky. And that will be a very interesting thing. Yeah, it's been a very interesting experience doing this. And John Lavelle says hello. If you go back, which you might wish to do, and watch Living the Wiccan Life or watch Reverend Don's vlog, and then compare it to Midday with Reverend Don, you'll see how far we've come in a variety of ways. When we first started, I wasn't really accustomed to doing a lot of video work. And, it became much easier over time. If you look at the early Reverend Don's vlogs, they were simply a vlog, or a vlog, as I tend to call it. And yeah, that was a difficult thing to fill. Hello to Mike Nelson in the chat room. It's good to see you, Sir Mike. And hello to Correllian TV in the chat room. And yeah, we've done a lot of things over the years. Through Living the Wiccan Life, we did lots of interviews with fascinating people. Some of the interviews that I've been proudest of are interviews with Raymond Buckland, our interviews with Olivia Robertson, and also with, for example, Raven Gramazzi, Donald Michael Craig, and many other fascinating people. And it was a great experience doing all of that, going to those different events. And one of the things we've tried to do through everything that we've done is to help people to feel connected who might be geographically limited. They might not be able to go to pagan events. They might not be able to meet their favorite authors. No matter how many conventions or festivals those authors go to, there are people who can't go to those events and meet them. Bringing them interviews with those people helps them to feel connected. Bringing them coverage of those events helps them to feel connected. And that has always been something that we felt was very important. We have always felt that accessibility was vitally important. There are people in the pagan community who are very big on gatekeeping, very big on keeping people out, very big on limiting knowledge, with the not surprising outcome that their own knowledge turns out to be rather limited. We have always been the opposite extreme of that. We have always believed in letting as many people come as possible, in making information available to as many people as possible, even knowing that some people will benefit more than others. Some people may not really be meant for this path, but that's no reason they cannot see and experience it and find out for themselves. We have always been big tent pagan. Wiccans, always been big tent Wiccans. And we certainly will continue to be. As I say, in my next program, I probably will be doing more interviews again. I'm expecting to be doing that. I know that Reverend Mary is planning to focus on Witch Rising. I think we'll both be focusing a little bit more on political issues because, whether we focus on political issues or not, political issues may end up focusing on us. So we might as well involve ourselves. Lady Kai says one of the best parts of illustration is being in different areas. The same 15 people with 15 new people as each at each location every year. We can't all afford to go every year. That's one of the reasons that we always have tried to have so much coverage of illustration. We know not everyone can come. And hello to Wendy Reuthner in the chat room. And Wendy says, "Good afternoon, Reverend Don. I'm not feeling very well today. The recent storms where I live caused me migraines." I'm sorry to hear that, Wendy. I hope you feel better soon. And, this... Well, let me... since we're talking about the past, when I first met Ed the Pagan, I was working on what was going to be a film. It was a film based on the works of a good friend of mine, who Donna Lyon Rose, who had written a series of stories about bards in late Roman Britain. And it was going to be a very interesting film, very amateur, very low budget. And I still remember the video camera that was that big. The fact that we were still editing with tape, where you cut the film physically and tape it together. The fact that things like a green screen were not affordable at that time. I remember looking into what it would cost to do chroma key technology then, and this is like 1989, 1990, and it was over $20,000. Today, we can do this with Restream for nothing. Things have changed so much more is possible. Now, Correllian TV, adding to what Lady Kai was saying, this is also why we do regional illustrations. And if you're not familiar with regional illustrations happen usually in the fall, and any temple can do one. There's even an individual ceremony that just one person can do for themselves if they wish to. There's usually also an online regional illustration. And this is another way to make illustration accessible to people who maybe can't come to that global illustration of the ancestors, but they can go to the regional illustration of the living more easily in their local area. We're going to have one here in Vermilion County, I believe in September. There will be one in New York, I believe in late August. And if you watch our different pages, you'll see the announcements for these. And hopefully we'll see more and more of these happening. Lady Kai says, "I remember taping green poster board to my office wall to use as a green screen." Yes, absolutely. This is one of the things we used to do, and Lady Kai has been with us forever. And she has often done programs for our channels, particularly involving pagan parenting and raising pagan children. And her pagan children are now young adults, and that's a wonderful thing to see. And, one of the things that I hope that we also will be focusing on as we go forward with the channel is more programming for children. We have a lot of things we can do. I was talking with Reverend Jason last night about original pagan music that we can use. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can um, revive much of what we were formerly doing with Pagan World TV. And we may, in fact, revive that name. Lady Kai says August 22nd to 24th are the dates for the Northeast Regional Illustration. And if you happen to be in the Northeast part of the country, that's very, very worth the going to. And yeah, so we have lots of exciting things coming. My new program is probably going to be an evening program. One of the things that's happened when I started doing Midday, it was shortly after my health crisis. And I had nothing happening during my days. But my life is much more active now, and doing a midday program has become a bit disruptive to me. Um, so I need to find a better time for myself. And I assume we'll probably still be doing a live program. You never know. We may. Well, I'm sure we'll also be doing things that are pre-taped as some of our programs as well. Uh, and if you're interested in doing a program with us going forward, contact us. You can email me at donlewishp@aol.com. People sometimes laugh at my AOL address, but one of the reasons I've kept it for 30 years is that nobody can say they don't know how to reach me. It's been the same this whole time. So if you are interested in doing a program, send me an email. We are interested in a diversity of presentations, and I hope that we will get lots of people involved. Um, if you remember, Pagan World was doing a great deal of programs every day of the week at one point, and for various reasons, we had to scale back a little bit. And Reverend Mary says that you can also email her at maryhawk1968@gmail.com. And yes, email either one of us because we work together on this project. Kayleen says your midday is 3 a.m. Your midday is 3 a.m. here, so something in your evening would suit me better. And yes, Kayleen, we appreciate your joining us at 3 a.m. And yeah, I think you'll like the new time better. One of the interesting things about having an international audience is choosing a time that's convenient for everyone is impossible. But we do try. And yeah, hopefully we will have other daytime programming coming. I do want to say Midday with Reverend Don is ending today, but Midday with Phoenix and Alyssa will be continuing on Fridays. So tomorrow, we will be back with Phoenix and Alyssa, and they will continue doing the Friday program. So Midday is not going away altogether. And you never know what all may come in the future, but more will be coming than is going. Now, the one thing that you can always be sure of with us is that we're not going anywhere. There are lots of people, and if you've paid attention over the last couple of years, you've seen them, who make huge bets on the idea that we're going to disappear if they choose to behave unpleasantly. We never do. We are always here. We always keep on going. We are grinders. Um, we are the kind of people who do daily programming, even on days that we're tired, even on days that it's more difficult than others. We keep doing it. Um, and this is something that will certainly continue as we go forward. So stay tuned for more coming from Correllian TV, Divination TV, and Pagan World TV. And watch our garden bloom. There are many plants coming. And why do we do this? Again, we do it because we want to make our world accessible to as many people as possible. We do not come from the closed community mindset. And we want to have our circle be as wide as it can be. And I hope that you will continue to be with us as we go forward. And I think that you will find it continues to be an enjoyable journey. Now, let us have a word from our sponsors. And here we go. Hello, this is Rev Don Lewis coming to you from the beautiful metaverse, and I would like to invite you to my Don Art showing and auction on Friday, May 9th, with original pieces and prints of my artwork and other interesting items, with the auction at 5 p.m. on Whatnot. And please stay tuned for more announcements and examples of art that will be coming. Thank you. And thank you to our sponsors, Equinox Learning Hub and the Don Art Show on May 9th. I hope you'll join me for that. And I want to thank you for following Midday with Reverend Don. I hope that you will join me for my next program and watch for announcements about that and watch for it coming on June 11th. And watch for the proliferation of our content as it expands again. And if you have followed us over these last 30 years, you know that we go through periods of intense creation and then quieter periods in between. And we're coming back to a period of intense creation. And part of this, for me, is following that oracle from lustration, which I was talking about yesterday, which includes stirring the fire and making it burn bright. And Kayleen says, Mandan Guwu, thank you for all you have done and are doing. Thank you, Kayleen. And if you like my work and you'd like to support it, remember my Patreon at revdonlewis.com and watch for more coming from Correllian TV. And tomorrow, we'll have Phoenix and Alyssa for Midday. And with that, let us close with our prayer, as we always do. Divine Mother Goddess, Divine Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you for all that you do for us in our lives, and we ask you to help us to always find that next right thing to do. And when the time comes to expand our offerings, help us to have the strength to do so. And when the time comes to rest, help us to have the strength to do that. And help us to follow the ebb and flow of the universe in the ways that are most helpful to all who are around us. Beloved Mother Goddess, beloved Father God, beloved ancestors, we thank you with great love, and knowing you are always with us, we thank you from respect for your presence, and may you be blessed now and always. May you be blessed now and always, and I will see you soon.